Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for today's Reiki micro session, followed by tarot questions and answers and mentoring as well. So we are going to start with 5 minutes of Reiki, and then we'll get into questions and mentoring. But with the 5 minutes of Reiki, I am setting the intention for whatever will benefit each of you the most as individuals. For those of you who don't know what Reiki is good for, it is good for a whole host of things. It's most commonly known to help balance the chakras, but it also is for bringing medical relief to any kind of situation where you may have an illness, whether it's chronic or something that happens suddenly and is acute. It is also good for mental and emotional situations, relationship situations, financial situations. I really haven't seen anything that Reiki hasn't helped with yet in the time that I've actually been doing Reiki for clients. So whatever it is that you would like the help with from the Reiki, feel free to go ahead and set that intention for yourself, but otherwise it's just going to go out for whatever will benefit you the most. So let's just jump into that right now. After this, we'll get into reading tarot cards and doing some mentoring. But for right now, we're just focused on the Reiki. And we're starting that at 37 after the hour. I can't read my phone. 37 after the hour. So we'll be finishing it up at 42 after the hour. Laura, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome. What are you going to use your Reiki for today, Miss Laura? Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I appreciate that. Those of you who are new to the room, we're doing Reiki right now. We've got almost 5 more minutes still left of the Reiki. After that, we'll get into tarot questions and mentoring, stuff like that. But for right now, we're focused on the Reiki. I do have a lot of Reiki energy going out into somebody's base chakra, whether it's somebody that's watching now or somebody that'll tune in later. So that has to do with security, things that make us feel secure, family, relationships, assets, finances, job, vehicle, home, things like that. For whatever the energy wants. Okay, so whatever the highest and best good would be. That's what I used to do when I first learned Reiki, and I was doing it for myself every day. In the very, very beginning, I felt like I had so much stuff that could use some work. I didn't even try to tell the Reiki what to prioritize. I was like, just whatever will benefit me the most, throw it at me. You're buying a house. Look at you, AP. So we're going to use the Reiki towards you having a successful home purchase with a home that you are happy to have. How about that? Let's set that intention for you. Shakoya, hello, hello. I would like to do more than 5 minutes towards that with you, AP. If you would like an actual Reiki session for that or some Reiki candles for that, you should definitely get a hold of me. Or if you have questions about how that would work, then get a hold of me. All my contact information is on my website, which is, of course, in the description box below. Chakoya, hello, hello. Welcome, my friend. Glad you're here. Everybody remember, share this video with other people so that I can benefit others as well. The more people I get to help, the happier I am. We still have 3 more minutes of Reiki. And gosh, you guys are pulling a lot of the Reiki energy. I am so happy with this. There is Reiki energy going everywhere to a lot of people today. I'm liking it. Carlos Fernando, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. So we've got Reiki energy. Now it's the base chakra, but it's also the torso. So people who are maybe having issues with flu or stomach issues, I feel like there's some actual physical healing happening in both of those areas. So if you're having to run to the bathroom, maybe even, that could be getting healed up right now. We also have Reiki going into the feet, which means that the Reiki is helping us to figure out our sense of direction moving forward. We have knees and ankles, which has to do with flexibility in accomplishing our purpose or even finding our purpose, flexibility, either way. We've also got solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, yeah, third eye, crown. It's all in there, man. Somebody's pulling a whole lot of energy. Somebody's feeling like caca. But I think it's more than one somebody pulling a lot of energy, because this is probably the most energy that I have had drawn out of me since I started doing Reiki on YouTube. Woot woot, we like it. Means things are happening. Things are happening. Very physical, tangible things, especially when it comes to feet and also the torso area. Shakoya, what are you using your Reiki for? What about you, Carlos? What are you using your Reiki for? Thank you guys for the thumbs ups. I do appreciate those. Also, remember, please share this video so I can help more and more and more and more and more and more people. Just like you. Just like me. One more minute left of the Reiki. Pain relief. Emotional or physical? You're using yours for happiness. We like happiness. Happiness makes the world go around. Also very physical. Neck pain and headache. What is bringing that on? Are you stressing out? Or is there something else happening? Seems like stress to me. Think about what was going on and what you were thinking about before it started, and see if that might not be it. Okay. All right, Froggy. Hey there, Miss Kathy. Glad you're here. Welcome. We're just wrapping up the Reiki right now, guys. I went a minute over, but Reiki's important. And oh my goodness, you guys were pulling a lot. I don't think we heard anything by going a minute over. Okay, let me clear my cards, guys, and then we're going to start taking some tarot questions. And then also, if you guys want help with affirmations instead of a question answered, let me know. Just type affirmation in the thing. If y'all have not hit the description box to see what's going on here today, you may want to hit the description box and see what all we're doing in the room today. But I'm giving messages from Spirit. If you want a message from Spirit, where Spirit actually sets the topic, you can put Spirit in the chat box. If you want a specific question answered, you can put that question in the chat box. And then also, if you want help with an affirmation, put the word affirmation in the chat box, and then let me know what you would like help with an affirmation for. Like, are you getting a job? Do you need a new car? You know, are you trying to get your retirement set in place? Are you trying to deal with the IRS and get that all taken care of? What do you need an affirmation for? Okay. Today we're going to be using my Vice Versa tarot deck. I actually haven't named it yet. Oh, it wants to be named Lacey. I'm not sure why. So we're going to be working with Lacey today. La da da da, la da da da. It's kind of a fun little deck. It's a little bit, so far it's been a little challenging for me because it's just set up differently. So there's a lot more subtle nuances to it than some of the others. I would not recommend it for a beginner's deck. I would say it's more of an advanced reader's deck. but I really like it. All right, so we've got 2 requests so far. Laura, you're up first. Everybody remember to share this video so I can help as many people as possible and get as many new subscribers on the channel as possible. Okay, Laura, message from Spirit. La da 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 da. Let's see what we get. For Miss Laura. For Miss Laura. Okay, message is about and best advice around that situation. Okay, Laura, let's take a peek at your situation. Okay, so we've got this side of the Justice card. All right. And we have that side of the Page of Swords. So, what are we looking at here? So I'm going to tell you, first of all, I think this is something that has already happened, the way this is showing up on the cards. And this is a decision that has been made. You've already got news about whatever this decision is, okay? Now, best advice around, and I'm going to tell you also with this decision, with the Justice card coming in upright, this is a decision that was made in a fair way. It was not made in a corrupted way. And you've already heard about it, okay? So now let's look at your best advice. We have that side of the Nine of Swords in reverse. We also have that side of the Five of Wands in reverse. Vice versa tarot has this side and that side, by the way. And we have that side of the Knight of Wands. Okay. Let's see. Best advice around this situation. So best advice around this situation tells me that whatever this decision was, you were pretty relaxed about it. I don't think you were stressing out about it. You weren't worried about it at all. I think also you were figuring, you really had no competition. There was nobody saying anything against what you were saying in this situation. And then with this Knight of Wands showing up, this is just saying that it is time for you to move forward. I think you may have been questioning. It's actually past time for you to be moving forward. So whoever made this situation, whatever, you've already got the news about it. Now it's time to take the action that is appropriate for that news that you received. It's time for you to move forward. Past time, I would say, for you to move forward on something that makes you feel productive and happy and enthusiastic around that situation. I hope that makes sense for you, Miss Laura. All right, next let's look at Sequoia. I'm going to be here for an hour just answering questions and doing mentoring. So guys, if you haven't already, please check out the description box. If you want a message from Spirit, put that word in the chat. And then if you want help with an affirmation, put the word affirmation in the chat. And if you have a very specific question you would like answered, you can put that in the chat as well. Either way, please share this video so that we can get as many people in here as possible that I can help. That would be fantastic. Also, thank you to those of you who have already put thumbs up, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Laura. What was that about? Just generally, please. I am really curious. Curious if that was a court decision or a different type of decision that was made. All right, so Sequoia. Sequoia, message from Spirit. Oh, we like that. Who was using it for happiness? Wasn't that Carlos? Carlos was using it for happiness. Happiness might have been your highest and best good too, Laura. It's a relationship issue. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Let's go. Sequoia. Okay, Sequoia, there's our situation. Next, let's look at your advice. Wow. Okay, so your situation is the Ace of Wands, that side, in reverse. Okay. Covered by that side of the Two of Swords, right side up. So basically, the situation is that you have made a decision around something that you weren't very thrilled to have to move forward with. So you may have had some type of opportunity or some type of idea about something that you could have moved forward with, but you just weren't feeling it. And so you made a decision around that situation. Okay, Sequoia? Now, advice around this situation. That side of the Queen of Cups. Isn't that a pretty card? La da da da. This side. No, that's that side, isn't it? Yep, that side of the Three of Cups. And this side of the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, Sequoia. Decision about something you weren't feeling anyway. What do we have for best advice? Sometimes, I think, too, from what you came up with, Laura, I think sometimes Spirit is just letting us know we did the right thing, even if it's already happened. All right, so Sequoia, best advice here with that Queen of Cups showing her back to us. This is saying, you know what? There's a song that's coming into my brain. I can't remember who sings it, but it probably came out in the 80s, I'm guessing. I'm gonna harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. That's basically what I'm getting off of that. Off of that card. Like, it's time to just put the crust put the crust on the heart. Quit having a soft heart towards this person. Harden your heart. This is basically turning your back on whatever kind of emotions or feelings that you felt for this person. Generally, if we're turning our back on emotions or feelings that we felt towards somebody, a lot of times it's because what we were feeling towards somebody is based on a false idea of who they are. Whether we put them on that pedestal or whether they presented themselves falsely doesn't really matter. But it's that idea that those feelings were based on something that we thought was there that really was not. So this is time to sort of turn your back on those feelings. Okay. With this Three of Cups coming up here, it's time to spend some time with friends. You know, not necessarily be trying to go out on any dates or anything, but just spend some time with friends. Okay. And then with our Six of Swords showing up in reverse, this side in reverse, this is telling me that this is actually going to be a little bit of a lifestyle change for you. Like, spending time with friends is a little bit of a lifestyle change. The other thing that I can tell you with these cards showing up too is a lifestyle change is something, in my definitions, when I see it in the cards, it's something that we're doing to improve our quality of life right now and possibly even extend our life. And so this is basically telling me that you focusing on spending more time on friends instead of on whatever was this thing that wasn't having you so thrilled anyway, is actually going to improve the quality of your life right now. And the lack of stress involved may even improve the length of your life as well, to be quite honest with you. Okay, so that's for Sequoia. Thank you guys for all the appreciation on this video, all the thumbs ups and all the shares. That's awesome. The more people I get to help, the happier I am. So let's see, Froggy is up next. Froggy wants a message from Spirit. You're quite welcome, quite welcome. All right, what do we have for Froggy? What would you like to talk to Froggy about today? There's Miss Anne. Welcome, welcome. How are you, my dear? Everybody remember, share the video. Share the love, share the love. Okay, Froggy, here we go. That is what I thought it was. Okay. So, Froggy, for your situation, you've got this side of the Page of Swords in reverse. I am fantastic and glad to be here. If you haven't already, read the description box so you know what's going on, and then feel free to participate, Ms. Anne, and whoever else has wandered into the room. Covered by that side of the Justice card in reverse. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Page of Swords in reverse. Justice, that side in reverse. So I'm going to tell you, Froggy, I think there's some type of situation in your life that you've been trying to handle it in as fair a way as you possibly can. And it just seems like no matter what you do, somebody is not happy. Somebody feels like they've been mistreated. And I think you're tired. With that Justice in reverse, if you look at this guy, Justice in reverse, upside down, the little, see here, you've got the balance, the scales. He's holding on to them along with the sword of the truth. But here, the truth is down, the scales are down, we're just tired. We're tired of holding that. We're tired. So I think you're taking a break. I think you're just like, you know what? I'm tired of being an umpire. I'm tired of being a mediator. I'm tired of trying to do things fair and right. And this is you're kind of in a shutdown around this situation, just emotionally, maybe even mentally, just shut down. You're just like, I refuse to think about it anymore. I'm just done with this situation. This is all but walking away. I don't know yet that you're totally walking away here, but definitely you're shutting it down, at least temporarily. All right, so that's our situation, Froggy. Let's look at your advice. Your advice shows up as the Empress, that side of the Empress. Shows up as that side of the Sun as well. Shows up as, where's my camera? This side of the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right, so best advice here. I feel like with the Empress going in reverse, this is kind of pivoting your focus from where it was before, Froggy, to actually some self-care. So wherever you were focused and trying to be as fair as you possibly could be, it seems like you forgot one thing. You forgot to be fair to yourself. So now it's time to shift that focus and start being fair to you. Okay. So wherever you were trying to be fair, somebody probably put you into a situation where it really wasn't right to make you the middle person or the deciding person anyway. Okay. And then with that card of that side of the Sun card, we can see the Sun has actually set behind this child, this is really telling me that it's kind of reinforcing to me this idea that whatever it was that you were doing, the time for that is over. There may have actually been an appropriate time for you to be trying to be as fair as you possibly could with the situation, be that mediator, be the person who brings the peace, but that time is over. That sun has set. So it's no longer appropriate for you to be that person. Well, maybe that's why you're so tired, because other people wanted you to be that person even when it wasn't appropriate anymore. You just got tired. So now it's time to focus on self-care, replenishment, time to rest. When the sun goes down, what do? We rest. Okay? And then 10 of Cups reversed, front side up. I'm actually getting a couple of things off of this card, Froggy. I think you're going to have some backlash from whoever it was you were trying to be fair with, or whoever put you in this position. They're not going to be so thrilled that you've decided that it's time to rest and replenish yourself. But also, I think really you're trying to focus on happiness. The advice is for you to focus on some more happiness in your life and to be able to upgrade that happiness. So to be able to include more things that make you happy in your life. With that 10 of Cups coming up in reverse like that, though, it's telling me that this is a process, that you're not able to just snap your fingers and do it, that it's going to take a little doing to be able to incorporate more things that make you happy in your life right now. But that is the advice for you to go through that process and actually do it. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Foggy. La da 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 da. Okay, next up, Anne. Everybody, please remember to share this video. Put thumbs up if you haven't already. Those of you who are new here, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Also hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified the next time I do a video like this. I do lots of other videos too, but next time I go live so that you can participate. You're quite welcome. Did it make sense for you? La da 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 da. If you've got here and you haven't done it yet, please check out the description box so you know exactly what's going on and how you can participate in the chat. This is a free participation chat. Sarah. Sarah's in the house, baby. Welcome, welcome. How's you thinking? Okay. Let's see what happens then. Every once in a while, these things are just around the corner. All right, guys, I do want to remind you something I haven't mentioned yet today about piggyback messages. Sometimes Spirit will be having me give a message to one of you, and it may apply, or parts of it may apply to some of the others of you. If you happen to notice that a message is resonating, then you want to take that and use that productively for yourself. And if it is not resonating, please don't squeeze it, stretch it, scrunch it, stomp it to make it fit. Just recognize that it's not for you. Let it go. Let the person who needs to hear it. And then we can move on. Okay. So, Ms. Anne, message from Spirit for you, my dear. Here we go. Actually, I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay. La da 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 da. We are using my vice versa deck today. Her name is Lacey to communicate with Spirit. La da da da. Okay, what do we have here for you, Anne? 4 of Pentacles this side in reverse. And 5 of Cups this side, right side up. That's interesting. You're the first person so far today that's got this side for both of your cards in your situation. So 4 of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that you either have or you will be spending some type of money that you pulled it out of stash, or maybe you had a thing stash that you're taking out to use. I have seen that before. But something that you have stashed away, you're pulling that out to use it. Either you have or you will be. Okay? With this 5 of Cups, I think that you weren't really expecting to do this. I think you're disappointed that you're pulling out of savings or your stash to actually do this with that Five of Cups showing up there. Okay. Usually when we pull out of our stash or our savings, it's either for something that we have been holding this back for, or it's for something that comes up unexpectedly and we just need to cover it. And thank goodness we had the stash. Okay. So I feel like this is more of that second case with the Five of Cups here. If it's the first case and you're paying for what you thought you were paying for, then you're not very happy with whatever it is you purchased. But either way, we do see some disappointment with pulling some money out of stash or out of savings. For those of you who are curious, what I'm playing with is my selenite. Because of my empath, it does help me to keep only my energy and the energy that I like in my aura. That way I can read more clearly for y'all. Especially handy when we've got a room full of people. All right, so solution or best advice, Ms. Anne. We have that side of a Seven of Wands in reverse. We have this side of Lovers in reverse. And we have this side of the Page of Cups. So what's going on here for our best advice? So part of your advice is saying that the damage has already been done. Okay. Where there maybe should have been boundaries, there weren't. Where there should have been expectations or standards, there weren't. And so because there were no boundaries, no expectations, no standards, that damage has already been done. So people just did things that weren't appropriate, or somebody did something that was not appropriate. And that is what has caused you to have to spend money or pull something out of stash that you were hoping not to, and to feel disappointed. Now, best advice moving forward with that Lovers in reverse, recognize that you're not on the same page with this other person. It's okay to not be in agreement with somebody who just trashed something that now you have to replace, or whatever the situation may be here, but that's what it looks like to me. And there's a couple meanings coming off of this last card. With this Page of Cups, I think that whatever this is that you're having to spend money on, I think that you're going to end up happy with the results. So it's going to end up being an upgrade. And also I feel like it's important to not only let that other person know that you're not on the same page with them, but also let them know that you still love them. Don't leave that out of the message. But it is still something definitely still needs to be addressed here. Okay. But you can't address it without letting that person know how much you care about them as well. All right. So I hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Ann. Sometimes these things have already happened and we just get an affirmative pat on the back. Okay, yeah, we're going the right direction, or we get advised on a tweak to make in the direction we're going. Sometimes these things are still coming in the future. You would know that. On messages from Spirit, I don't ask Spirit to be in a certain place in time. All right. Let's see. Sarah is up next. Miss Sarah. Happy Saturday, everybody. Okay, Miss Sarah, message from Spirit. Those of you who are wandering in new here, check out the description box below so that you see what's going on in this room, and then throw up in the chat whatever it is that you would like me to help you with. Not yet. Okay. That's what happened with your other one last time too, isn't it? It hadn't happened yet, and later on you realized. La, da, 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 da. Sarah, message from Spirit. Okay, let's look at your situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. First of all, we show up with this side of the High Priestess in reverse. And then we also have this side of the Four of Cups in reverse. Is that the four? Yep, Four of Cups in reverse. I like the chalices in this deck. I think they're so cool. All right, so there's something going on here, Sarah, where you are really confused about a situation, but even with that confusion going on, you're trying to look at the bright side. You're trying to look at, well, maybe there's been disappointments here. Maybe there has. Not exactly sure, because I'm not sure what's going on, but let me look at these opportunities moving forward. You know, what can I actually work with? What can I do something with? What can I take and make into an accomplishment here? So I think that this is especially challenging right now with all of this confusion, because when we have confusion around us, then it's really hard to tell what's actually a disappointment and what's actually an opportunity. And I think you're in that place where you're having a hard time really sorting out what is the best way to handle moving forward. I have to give you kudos, because I see you being in a very positive place where you're not letting the disappointments get you down. You're recognizing there is a way to move forward. You're just not quite sure what the best way to move forward would be. So let's look at best advice around this situation. So your best advice shows up as that side of the moon. Your advices are all right side up. That side of the King of Cups. And, wow, really? That's interesting. Okay, and that side of the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so moon in reverse, or moon that side of the moon. I really like this, because I think that where there's a lot of confusion right now, Miss Sarah, for you, this talks about the idea of not having any confusion, being able to see everything, having everything be really transparent. That moon is blotted out, but the moon casts a lot of illusions, casts a lot of shadows, makes it hard to understand what's going on. So when the moon comes in this way, then there's a lot of illusions. Okay. This way, there is no illusion. Okay. Look at this way. See those towers? Don't they look like full towers? Completed buildings? Look this way. They're hollow. And you can see this now. Where on the other side of that card, you're not able to see that. Now we're able to see into those towers. We're able to see that there's nothing going on in there. The fronts of them were just built for show, apparently. And so we're able to see past the illusions at this point. Okay. I think the difference between this and a regular moon in reverse is the moon in reverse for me is that information is coming to the surface. This, I think this information is something that comes, you can see it clearly. You'll be able to see it clearly even if you can't right now. Okay. Now, King of Cups in reverse. I think that once you can see actually what has happened, you're going to be feeling pretty apathetic about whatever this is. Or maybe not apathetic, maybe energetically not interested or enthusiastically not interested. Like if somebody would ask you about that situation where you were looking for opportunities because there had been disappointment, I think you're going to find yourself being not enthused at all. In fact, enthused to the point of, I am not dealing with that person ever again. Or, you know, once this confusion clears, whatever that confusion was, there's going to be something that you're not dealing with ever again, whether it's a person or a situation. Okay. And Queen of Pentacles with her back to us as well. I think, once again, enthusiastically not participating, not investing, not putting time, energy, or effort into this situation again. Because you can see the truth of the situation. You're no longer confused. Where when you were confused, you were kind of looking for, okay, what's the best case scenario? What can I do with this? Once you see the truth here, I don't think you're going to be interested in any of those scenarios. Okay? So that's what I've got for you, my dear. I hope that makes sense. Thank you guys very much for being here. I'm still going to be here for 20 more minutes answering questions or helping with affirmations, whoever wants what. Patricia T, hello, hello, welcome. What would you like today? Would you like a message from Spirit, help with an affirmation, or do you have a specific question you want answered today, honey bunny? Everybody, thank you for all the thumbs ups, and please remember to share this video with others. Why is Chris not writing? Not writing in general, or why is he not writing to you? Waiting on your answer before I pull cards. Okay, well, while I'm waiting on Patricia's answer, then what we're going to do is we're going to pull cards for manifestation tips for those of us who are in the room right now. Patricia, I am waiting on your answer to my question about why is Chris not writing. Are we asking about why is he not writing in general, or why is he not writing to you? So if you could put that in the chat, that'll help me formulate the question in a better way. But right now, best manifestation tip for everybody who is in the room at the moment. Woo, bye-byes, woo, bye-byes, woo, bye-byes. Okay, so here's the thing. We have the Hermit, this side, showing up in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups, whoop, whoop. And we have the Five of Pentacles. All right, so I think it's interesting that we asked about a manifestation tip for manifesting whatever we want in our lives, because we show up with this Nine of Cups straight up here on the front side, this side. This talks about wish fulfillment, dreams, making our dreams come true. Okay, so very cool that that showed up right there. Now, with our Hermit showing up in reverse, this is telling me that we've already spent some time thinking about how to make these dreams come true, thinking about what our dreams are, or if we haven't, we need to. I think that's the trickiest thing for a lot of people, is figuring out what are our dreams, okay? And if we can figure out what our dreams are, then we know what we're shooting for. But a lot of people will water down their dreams because they really do want something great, but they think they can only do so much, so they water down that dream. Not cool. You can't meet your dream. You can't make your dream happen if you can't acknowledge to yourself that that's what you really want. So no watering down the dreams. So this talks about taking the time to really think about what are the dreams that you have. What do you actually want to accomplish before you leave this planet, or at least in this body? What are your dreams? What are your wants? So that's the first part of our manifestation tip. Really be thinking about what our dreams are. And then once we've thought about what our dreams are, then let's come out and let's do something about those dreams. Okay? Because if we don't really think them through and figure out what we want, we don't have to figure out how we're going to get it, but we do have to at least figure out and acknowledge what we want. Then we can actually start reaching for those dreams. And we may start off in this place where we're feeling left out and like a beggar, and like all of our dreams are on the other side of the window. We might start off there, but if we're taking action, we're not going to end up sitting there. Somebody is going to walk by and say, hey, would you like to come into the building and warm up? Hey, just be talking about what you want your dream to be. Hey, I heard you're interested in such and such. I have this opportunity. I've been looking for somebody to fill it where you could do da 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 da. What do you think about that? And it gets you that much closer to your dream. So first thing is acknowledge, what is my actual dream? What do I want my dream to be? Next thing is to start moving towards that dream, even if you're just taking baby steps, but start moving towards it, so that you can allow those opportunities to come in that help you to get from point A to point B. Okay? Patricia, I never did get an answer to my question, honey bunny, and if I can't get an answer from you to my question, I can't really make sure I'm phrasing your question correctly. Those of you who are new to the room, I am just choosing people at random to help. If you want to read the description box and then put up in the chat whatever it is you would like me to help you with, I'm happy to do that. That's why I'm here. I'm going to be here for about 14 more minutes yet. Thank you guys for being here. Those of you who have already helped, if you want to chit chat about stuff while we wait for somebody else for me to help, we could do that. Because I'm telling you, we're able to do that right now, but the more this catches on and the more people realize what's happening in this room, the less time we're going to have to chit chat. We're going to have more people in here with requests. So this is the time for us to take advantage of that while we're still growing. Which reminds me, by the way, everybody, please share this video. If you have not already subscribed and turned on your notification bell so you can be here for the next live, please do so. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. What should we talk about? Should we tell ghost stories? I'm actually reading a book right now that my uncle wrote before he passed away. I had read the rough version about 20 years ago. And it's kind of fascinating. There are parts in here that was not in the rough version. What's one of my favorite decks? That's like asking somebody to pick a favorite child. How can I do that? I have a new deck that I really like. Talks about like Wisdom of the Ravens, and it's bright green and neonish colors, which is quite the departure from my normal style. I like the vice versa because I really like the artwork. That's the one that I'm using today. I think the artwork is magnificent. I also like how glossy it is because it shuffles easily. And I like the size because it fits in my hands well. I don't lose control of that deck very easily. I like my Russian Tarot of St. Peter's deck. That one, or St. Petersburg. This one was actually designed by somebody who used to do those little Russian eggs. So a super amount of detail for a small amount of space. And it's really fascinating when you read the booklet that comes with this deck. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Or a piece of dust, something. Sorry about that. You saw one the other day that was Native American. I do like my Native American wisdom. I don't actually have any Native American decks. I did have one. Somebody stole 2 cards from it. They stole the Peacemaker and they stole the Medicine Man or the Shaman out of it. And I know who it was. It was kids that were fascinated with those cards. But I haven't replaced it yet. So anyway, the other one I like, the Tarot of St. Petersburg, because it's so much detail. When you read the pamphlet, you find out that the artist who actually did that literally drew some of those brush strokes with one horsehair as far as his paintbrush. He had a set up so that his arm was stabilized and his wrist was stabilized as he was painting. And he painted the cards to size. He painted them the size they would end up. So I don't know how much detail you can see, but I've named mine Precision because of the amount of precision work that went into making this deck. And even on the backs are very much precision work as well. So it's unusual for the pictures on a card to actually be made to size. So when people are actually designing the pictures on a tarot card, they're making it bigger. And then the picture is shrunk down to fit the card later. And I think that it's easier to do that with as much detail as goes into a lot of the tarot card pictures. So that's always really fascinated me that it was made in that particular size. Now, here's one of my newer decks, the Light Sears Tarot. I like it a lot. If you look at the back, it's kind of me. It's sort of, boho type of style here. All right. But if you look at the front, like just the colors on this deck, I think are amazing. I think this is my favorite card because of all the colors. It's the Four of Cups. So it's not my favorite card for meaning, but when we look at colors and artwork, I just love that card. So I really like the artwork in this. Still getting to know this deck still. It's still a newer deck to me. But it's a happiness-making one, for sure. Sarah has this one. A lot of YouTube people have this one. That's how I got interested. I saw other readers using it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I have to have it. I watch a lot of other YouTubers who do this type of stuff. Have to keep up with the competition, right? So then we've got the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Now this one's a nice deck as well. And I like the artwork on this too. I like it that there's high contrast, that there's great color. I like it you can kind of see the actual moods on some of these pictures. Like here we've got the Five of Swords, which is, about fighting, disagreements, arguments, and it's got so much blue in it. So the color really gives you a big cue as far as emotions. Seven of Cups, same thing. This one, for whatever reason, catches a lot more glare than some of the others, though. So we've got green on the Seven of Cups, which has to do with the heart chakra, or I associate it with the heart chakra. And just all of that gold and the light blue in that picture, not the dark blue, looks much happier. Hey, Beats. I am taking questions. Right now I've answered everybody's question that's in the room except for yours. So if you have a question, or if you want a message from Spirit, or if you want help putting together an affirmation, just throw it up there in the chat. Right now we're just chit-chatting. Just chit-chatting. Waiting for somebody to come in that I could help. Everybody, don't forget, please share this video so we can get some people in that I can help. Gary. Okay, Let's see. I like how you worded that too. What can I expect from this person? Because it talks more about what's actually going to happen rather than what are they thinking. Because what they think does not indicate what they might do, in my experience. Okay. What's your actual first name, Beats? You don't need to give me your last name, just your first name. Okay. Oh, wow. You guys have very similar first names. How trippy is that? How trippy is that? You too, Miss Froggy. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you also for sharing and for putting your thumbs up. I know you did. La da 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 da. Gary and Gary, what's coming up for them over the next? Let's look at what's coming up for them over the next 6 months. Gary and Gary over the next 6 months. What can Gary expect to be happening with Gary? It's interesting that you're saying you're not expecting a reconciliation right away, because I am starting off with Ten of Pentacles. It's interesting. Actually, I'm looking at this a little bit more because this is that side of the Ten of Pentacles. This would be our normal, this side. This is that side. Notice we don't see any other people here. At first, I was going to say there's going to be a reconciliation because I was thinking of Ten of Pentacles more this way. But with this, I think this talks about being contented on your own. So I think we do have a time of being contented on your own. Also, we have a Queen of Wands showing up here. I do think there's going to be some type of third party that shows up, whether this is for you or for him. I'm not sure. We could always look at that if you wanted a private reading. But some type of third party coming up and sort of interfering with things. We have the Knight of Wands showing up in reverse. This does tell me that, yeah. I think we've got Gary here, who is kind of just going from person to person. This is my runaround type of person here whenever we have this show up. So this is somebody who dates multiple people. They're not really doing anything committed. There's not really anybody serious. You know, they're just exploring all their options actively. Okay. And we've got that happening about 3 months out. We also had this third party that was happening about 5 weeks out to about 2 months, 3 months, something like that. And then we have Eight of Pentacles, which shows up in reverse. This is really telling me that you guys may make an attempt at about the 2 month period, 2.5 month period maybe, to get back together and try to work things out. But maybe even just to try to talk about working things out, this would be, no, not working. Even if you guys try to get back together, I just don't see it working. I see it falling apart really quickly if it doesn't just fall apart at the negotiation table. All right. And then at the end of the 3 month period, we do have the Star card showing up in reverse. To me, this is really you kind of giving up on this connection. You're just at the point of, you know what, I don't know what to do to make this connection work anymore. And so I'm acknowledging that that's the case, and I'm letting it go. And then we don't really see then in the 3 month period if you start to heal or if you just start to try to replace that connection. But either way, I don't see I see that you're right, that you guys are going to try to get it back on track. I just don't see that working. That's all. And I see you took away a message before I saw it, so I hope that means it wasn't really important. Oh, let's see. You too. You too. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification bells if you want to catch another video like this, if you haven't already. And please share this video as well. So guys, I have been here an hour. It's time for me to take off. Kelly, hello, hello. I'm sorry, honey, I don't have a chance to look at that right now because I do need to leave. If you want to order a one-question reading from me on my website, then feel free to do that. If you want an actual reading with me, you can also order that on my website as well. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I just don't have time to get to that right now, but I do appreciate you being here. So check out my website, see if I can be of service to you, or what you can do is you can catch me the next time I'm live and see if I can get to you at that point, one way or the other. Okay? And then we'll get that looked at. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.